If you have any knowledge of American football, you've probably heard of Bill Belichick, the Patriots. If you haven't, let me fill you in. Everyone hates this guy and everyone hates this team because year after year, they have success even when their roster isn't the most talented. And that's because Bill Belichick is a master strategist. Now, what does this have to do with Overwatch? Well, in football and Overwatch, there are two types of teams. The first says, this is our identity, this is who we are. We're not going to deviate from our formula, we're going to play every team the same way and live with the results. The other team's identity is that they have no identity. They are a chameleon and they adapt themselves to the strategy that takes away their opponent's strengths and attacks their weaknesses. The Patriots and Bill Belichick are the second type of team, and so can you. Hi, I'm Forrest with Faulty Lid, and today we're going to talk about why you shouldn't be a main. I don't really understand the concept of maining a hero. I don't understand why people would think the first hero they got good with is going to end up being their best. In fact, I think it's quite unlikely that that is the case. But we like to attach ourselves to that first hero that we get good at and decide that this is the one we're going to be best at forever. It seems really unlikely to me. You're probably going to find that when you put more hours into other heroes, that you have a hero that you're even better at. Don't hold yourself back from that. Go explore more. On top of just that, the biggest reason why you can't be a main is that if you can properly counter teams, you will win more games. If you can counter teams, you're not going to be at the mercy of the other team's selections. Rather, you're going to make the other team at the mercy of your selections. You want to force the enemy team into playstyles that they themselves are not comfortable with. And if they don't get forced, then they're just getting countered by what you change to. So either way, it's great for you. Now, in order to start this process, you have to break away from mains. And the best way to do this is to expand your skill set out. So you want to look for heroes with similar traits. Now, I started out playing a lot of Zarya, and she was my best hero for a long time. So, from Zarya, I went to Zenyatta. And I know you might be thinking, what does Zarya have to do with Zenyatta? They're not really similar. One's a healer, one's a tank. Well, actually, they're kind of similar. You see, as Zarya, I'm used to keeping track of all my teammates when I play. I'm using bubbles on them, I'm body blocking for them, I'm trying to protect them. Now, Zenyatta is actually doing similar things on the battlefield. He's looking around at all of his teammates and putting heals on them, putting discord on enemies. They view the battle in similar ways, so I found that I was doing really well with Zenyatta. After I added Zenyatta to my hero pool, I added Reaper because as Zarya, I'm very used to close quarters combat, and I found that it was very easy for me to jump in as a Reaper and take down tanks. After that, I added Tracer because I was getting better with flanking, and she's also close quarters combat. And once I had a good understanding of flanking, I added Pharah because I can understand what a flanker could do, and I'm good with projectile firing from Zarya. So, the more heroes you add, the more skill sets your brain has in its muscle memory. These are going to start to pile onto each other. What you're going to start to find is that the more heroes you can play proficiently, the easier time you're going to have learning new heroes. I think we all need to challenge ourselves as gamers to do this. You need to challenge the people you play with. If you can get all of your regular teammates to push the limits of their hero pools, you're going to have a lot more flexibility and be able to respond to many more situations. Also, don't be afraid to have some redundancy. In my group, Zarya doesn't get a ton of play unless I'm the one playing her. And I think the logic is, well, if we need a Zarya, Forrest is going to do it because he's the best Zarya we have. But what if there's an enemy Zenyatta or Mercy that's really giving us hell? And what if we need Tracer and Zarya at the same time? Well, I'm the best one in our group at both of those. And now we're in a situation where no matter what we choose, we're going to be fielding a less than optimal team composition. So having redundancy is very important. I may be the best Zarya in my group, but we could find that our group is actually better if I play something like Reaper and someone else played Zarya. You're just never going to know these things if your team isn't able to switch between a good handful of heroes. If you have any tips on how you could expand people's hero pool out from a certain hero or how you did it, please let us know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. I'm Forrest with Faulty Lid, and I'll see you next time.